Deep within the untamed woods of Missouri lies a hidden path, winding through dense trees and shadows, a place where time seems to stand still and the air grows colder with every step. This is Rock Hollow Trail, or as the locals ominously call it, Zombie Road. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than an ordinary hiking trail. But for those who know its past, Rock Hollow holds a much darker secret. For centuries, stories of tragedy, ghostly apparitions, and sinister presences have plagued this stretch of land. Its haunted reputation dates back to the mid-1800s, when it was a key route for trains transporting stone from the nearby Merrimack River. However, the industrial history of this path is overshadowed by a tragedy that has embedded itself in local lore. It's said that a woman, her name now lost to time, was struck and killed by a train as she walked along the tracks. The details of her death remain unclear, but soon after her passing, strange occurrences began to unravel. But the legend of the ghostly woman isn't the only thing haunting this trail. As years went by, more disturbing tales began to surface. Hikers and bikers began reporting sightings of something far more sinister, an entity known only as the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man is described as a tall, dark figure with no discernible features, who seems to materialize from the very shadows themselves. He never moves quickly, only watches from the distance, blending into the darkness. Some believe he is the embodiment of the trail's many tragedies, a collector of lost souls. But it's not just shadowy figures that send shivers down the spines of those who wander here. Many visitors report hearing disembodied footsteps that seem to follow them, getting closer and closer with every step. Some describe whispers carried on the wind, voices speaking in hushed tones as if watching and waiting. One of the more chilling tales comes from a local resident who dared to walk the trail alone at night. According to the story, as they ventured deeper into the woods, the air grew colder, and a sense of dread washed over them. The sound of footsteps began following them, but when they turned, there was no one in sight. When they finally made it out, their arms were covered in scratches, marks they couldn't explain. The trail's haunted past is not only limited to these spirits. During the 1950s, it became a gathering place for rebellious youth, adding to the chaos and unrest. Local police often chased teens off the trail, but not before tales of strange encounters were whispered among them. Some say that after dark, the line between the living and the dead becomes thinner, allowing spirits to cross over and roam freely. Over the years, mysterious accidents and unexplained disappearances have only deepened the sense of unease surrounding Rock Hollow. Could it be the lingering energy of those who met tragic fates along the trail? Or is it something more ancient and malevolent that stalks these woods? Even today, hikers recount strange sensations, a sudden chill in the air, the feeling of being watched, or seeing something move just out of the corner of their eye. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, there's no denying the eerie energy that permeates Rock Hollow Trail. So, if you ever find yourself in Missouri, and curiosity gets the better of you, perhaps you'll decide to venture down Rock Hollow Trail for yourself. But beware, the shadows have a way of playing tricks on you, and who knows, you might not be walking alone. Some roads should remain forgotten, but if you're brave enough to explore them, you just might uncover the truth lurking within. Rock Hollow Trail, where the past never stays buried.